Today we're doing a complete decking makeover. The homeowners here weren't happy with the material that they used to have, so they ripped it all up and they're going to replace it with a beautiful Western Red Cedar, which is really going to complement their garden and their woodsy environment here. Plus, nothing looks, smells, or feels quite like Western Red Cedar. Jim, take us through the design of this project.
Well, it's a multi-level deck connected by big kind of meandering stairs. That's to the yard as well. It's going to have a pergola in it with a built-in seat, and the pergola, we're going to use it to define the eating area, and we're going to put a big rustic dining table in there. And the stairs to the upper deck will be bookended by two lovely planters where you can grow herbs and things like that for the kitchen.
Sounds amazing. So what's the first step?
The first step is to start decking the upper deck.
Okay, let's get started. Now, regardless of the size of your project, you always want to store your Western Red Cedar properly. Jim, what are the best practices when it comes to storing Western Red Cedar?
Well, you want to drop your lumber package in a nice level area kind of thing, in this case the lawn. You also want to drop it onto some dunnage, what we call dunnage, which is essentially 2x4s, 4x4s that keep it up off the surface. And that's to stop it from wicking up any moisture that's in the ground. You also want to keep the wrap. The third part is you want to keep the wrap that it comes in so you can cover it up at various times if you're not working with it. And then when you're done at the end of the day, you cover it as well, just to protect it from the elements.
Good to know. And of course, for more decking pro tips, you can visit realcedar.com and check out our DIY center. Well, it's coming along beautifully, and Jim, I gotta say, your crew is doing an amazing job.
Well, thank you, they sure are. And it helps that they're working with Western Red Cedar as well, because it's just easy to work with, it's lightweight, it's very true and straight, and the finished product just looks wonderful.
So for decking projects like this, what's your #1 pro tip?
Well, take note of your visual focal points when you're kind of walking around on it, and that's where you want to start with your full boards. Then you want to work away, and you want to work back into areas where your eye's not drawn, and that's where you want to put all your funky cuts.
Good to know. And in this case, it's the staircase.
In this case, that's the top nose of the staircase, full board.
That's going to be the visual focal point for this project.
Absolutely.
So what's next?
Next is we're working with a 20-year-old pressure-treated frame, and it's got some issues, so we've been fixing it up, and then we're going to start decking it.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
So the framing is all done. Now all we have to do is install the decking on the second level. And for this project, we're using a beautiful naughty grade of Western Red Cedar, which is really going to add a lot of character and warmth to the project. Plus, it's a cost-effective choice. Now, Jim, when it comes to specifying wood for projects like these, do you have any pro tips?
Yeah, I think I'd head down to my local Western Red Cedar supplier and see if I can get a deal on shorts. You'll definitely be able to use them, especially on the pergola, and I think you might save yourself some money.
Which is always nice.
It sure is.
The homeowners here really wanted to showcase the wood's natural beauty, so they opted for a blind fastening system. This will create an attractive fasten-free deck surface. Always make sure there's enough space between each decking board to allow for proper airflow and debris to fall through. For this deck, we left a 1/4 inch in between each decking board. So the guys have installed the decking right up to where the staircase starts. Why is that, Jim?
Well, we know the structure of the staircase will go there, so there's no sense in putting it down over this beautiful 2x6.
That would be a waste of a beautiful wood.
It certainly would.
Another cost-saving measure we did with this project is we didn't use any primes. We used random lengths instead, and that's really going to save these homeowners a lot of money.
Yeah, you end up with a lot of butt joints that way, but if anything, on a project like this, it adds to the texture of the deck and the overall appearance.
It sure does. Now design-wise, what are we doing with this pergola?
Well, we just kind of roughed it in with the 6x6s here, and we're going to have a meeting with the owners shortly, and whatever their vision is, we're going to create it.
Can't wait to see it. Now, if you need inspiration for your own outdoor living space, you can visit realcedar.com for free downloadable building plans, more how-to videos, an image gallery, and pro tips from guys like Jim.
You bet.
Well, we're in the final stretch here. The planters are all installed, the pergola's almost done, and the stairs are completed, which look great, by the way, Jim. I love how wide the treads are. It's almost like built-in seating for the homeowners.
Oh, totally.
And another great thing about this project is because it's made with Western Red Cedar, which is naturally resistant to rot, decay, and insects, it's going to last for summers to come with minimal maintenance.
Yes, and cedar's also cool underfoot and paw.
Nice dad joke there, Jim. But seriously, the homeowners don't have to scramble for their flip-flops every time they step out onto this deck. They can just cruise on out and enjoy this beautiful space.
Absolutely.